Komodo Dragons, Giant Reptiles by Luann Silver. Komodo Dragons, Giant Reptiles. Focus question: what features allow the Komodo dragon to survive in the wild? Table of contents: real dragons, built to fight, island home, dragon food, dragon babies, saving dragons, monster lizards, and glossary. Real dragons. If you've ever read stories about dragons, you know that they're huge, fierce, often fire-breathing reptiles with powerful bodies and sharp claws. If you think they're just make-believe creatures in storybooks, think again. The Komodo dragon, the world's largest lizard, matches just about every detail of a dragon's description. Komodo dragons can't exactly breathe fire, but their bite is almost as deadly. How big is it? Komodo dragon, length 10 feet, weight 176 pounds. Human, height 6 feet, weight 176 pounds. Built to fight. Komodo dragons are the heavyweight wrestlers of the lizard world, and they're built for a fight. Grabbing their opponents with their forelegs, they attempt to throw them to the ground. They use their muscular tails for balance when standing upright, especially when two males fight. Dragons are covered with bony plates for protection from the bites and scratches of their opponents. Sharp, jagged teeth and huge claws come in handy in battle as well as for killing prey. Male dragons fight each other for females. What makes a Komodo dragon a reptile? A Komodo dragon has a rough black or yellow-gray skin with bony plates. A Komodo dragon has about 60 sharp teeth for tearing flesh. A Komodo dragon has a long tail with strong muscles. A Komodo dragon has a forked tongue. A Komodo dragon has long, curved claws. All reptiles have a backbone, have scales or bony plates, breathe with lungs. Most reptiles lay eggs, are cold-blooded. Island home. Komodo dragons live on 5 small islands in the Asian country of Indonesia. These hilly islands have a mix of forests and grasslands. The weather is hot with rainy and dry seasons. The dragons on 2 of the islands are much smaller than those on the other 3 islands. Their smaller size is an adaptation to less food and a harsher climate. Dragons are strong swimmers. They can swim from one island to another, but most stay on their home island. They often walk along beaches looking for dead fish that have washed ashore. During the day, these giant lizards often deal with the heat by staying cool in burrows. At night, the burrows help them stay warm. They may dig their own burrow or use one made by another dragon. Komodo dragons usually spend their time alone, hunting, eating, or napping. Komodo dragon burrows are often barely big enough for the dragons. Dragon food. Komodo dragons aren't picky about what they eat as long as it's meat. They're hunters and they eat animals they find when they have already died. Their main foods are deer, wild pigs, and water buffalo. They also eat rats, snakes, bird eggs, and dead fish. In addition, adults eat young dragons. Komodo dragons can run to chase down prey. However, they're more likely to ambush and then overpower their prey. They often hide along trails, waiting for prey animals to pass by and then attack. Komodo dragons' 3 main prey animals were brought by humans to the islands where dragons live. Dragons don't usually immediately kill the animals they hunt. However, they may bite an animal, which then gets away. The bite usually causes death quickly or within a few days and in a variety of ways. The wound itself can cause the prey animal to bleed to death. Harmful bacteria from a dragon's mouth may cause a deadly infection. Prey animals may also die from an infection caused by standing in dirty water after being bitten by a dragon. Scientists recently discovered that Komodo dragons have a venom, a type of poison delivered with bites. More study is needed to understand how venom and bacteria are involved in bringing about the deaths of dragon prey. A Komodo dragon can move at speeds of up to 13 miles per hour. Dragons have a handy way of finding dead animals. They use their forked tongues to taste the air. Then they touch their tongue to a special organ on the roof of their mouth to identify tiny odor particles in the air. They can tell the direction of the prey by noticing which tongue tip has more particles. Then they take off in that direction to find their next meal. Komodo dragons generally share kills, but watch out. Mealtime is a time when fights break out between dragons. Dragon babies. Female Komodo dragons may build a nest in the ground or on a hillside. Some may instead use a mound that a bird made for its nest. Dragons lay between 10 and 35 eggs in a nest. The eggs take between 6 and 9 months to hatch. During that time, the females stand guard to protect them from predators. Baby dragons hatch at the end of the rainy season in April, when many insects are available for food. Babies are on their own right away. They climb trees to stay safe from adult dragons and other predators. Young dragons stay in the trees for 2 to 4 years. In addition to insects, they eat geckos, rodents, and birds. When they're older, they also eat leftovers from adult meals. Komodo dragons become adults at around age 7. Males can live to the age of 60. Females may only live half as long. Scientists think they die younger because of the extra energy needed to build nests and lay and guard eggs. Adult dragons are too heavy to climb trees to reach young Komodo dragons, which stay there to avoid being eaten. Wowzer. An adult Komodo dragon can eat more than 3/4 of its weight in food in one meal. An extra hinge in a Komodo dragon's lower jaw allows it to open its mouth and swallow food larger than its head. Young Komodo dragons sometimes roll in their own droppings, so adult dragons won't try to hunt and eat them. Saving dragons. Only 3,000 to 5,000 dragons are alive in the wild. Because females have such much shorter lives, as few as 350 breeding females may still be alive. Dragons are considered vulnerable, which means they are at risk of becoming endangered. Dragons are losing their homes to people who clear wild land. Villagers may kill dragons that attack livestock. Poachers kill them or kidnap them for sale as pets. In some areas, Komodo dragons must compete with humans and wild dogs for enough food to eat. Scientists around the world are working to keep Komodo dragons from becoming extinct. Some scientists study dragons in Indonesia to understand their habits and needs. Conservation groups work with schools and communities to teach people how to help protect Komodo dragons. Since 1992, zoos in and outside of Indonesia have been successful in raising Komodo dragons. Many different zoos now work to keep dragons alive. Monster lizards. Komodo dragons, the largest lizards in the world, are fierce creatures and clever hunters. They have a wealth of adaptations to help them survive. In addition to sharp teeth and claws, they have huge, strong bodies that can overpower almost any opponent. More than 70 zoos around the world have Komodo dragons. You may be lucky enough to see one of these amazing animals someday. If so, you may find yourself admiring the perfect design of this heavyweight wrestler. You may also gaze in awe as you remember that dragons aren't just in storybooks, they're real. A dragon uses its tongue to taste the air for clues about prey. Glossary.